right, let's do it tonight. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of, yeah, kind of hit like a hammer the Thanksgiving week on the 24th. All the tornadoes and the first cold front came through. Really, up until that point, we had been dry in Houston, Texas, in the Texas Gulf Coast, in a drought situation. So we had been just experiencing sometimes even 80-degree days with heat and humidity for months. And it just kind of everything switched and flipped like very, very crazily. And I think a lot of us Houstonians are adapting to this drastic weather change. Yeah, I know. I mean, everything's gray and rainy, and tomorrow it's just going to be the same way. It's like Houston, Texas turned into London, England this month, and it's very, strange. Yeah. Dun, dun. Get that butter going. You know it. We're going to make some chicken Lipton soup. Of course, I'm going to share a little bit of chicken with my dogs and maybe save some soup for Mom. So, yeah. Ooh, I think is it 4 cups for this? Yeah, 4 cups for the soup part. It's not unusual. Hey, Tuna, you're playing with your unicorn, huh? I like that. You're like a teddy bear. You're like a Chewbacca Ewok. You're a Chewbacca. Ooh, you're a Chewbacca Waka. A Chewbacca Waka. Baby, old baby Chewbacca. You look like, actually, her expression, she looks like an Ewok. She looks more Ewok-y. Well, some people call her baby Chewbacca, but I think she looks, sometimes her expression, she's like, reminds me of the Ewoks. In Return of the Jedi. All right. Woofa, woofa, woofa. Hey, cut it up. Yeah. Hey! Don't attack the old dog. Come on, Tuna. You can't attack the elderly. The elderly wolves. You can't attack the elderly now. That's not good. You a fur boo. Oh. My love. Okay. Wait, Silla, fill it up. No. Fill up. Tula. Are you not putting it time out? Tula. Cut it out. Have to work your butt again. You better leave Bella alone. Tula. Get that booty. You gotta cut that out. Well, I hate to, today was bad news. Grandma is on her last voyage here. My grandmother on my mother's side. And so, yeah, unfortunately, well, see what happened was, my grandmother had 2 strokes, so she's been in a wheelchair. And so my aunt has been taking care of her along with her husband. But the husband has gotten weaker because he's like over 80 and he's got a little bit of dementia issues and stuff. He can't lift her up and down like he used to. So that's why my aunt helps out. But, you know, it's still, you're lifting a human body is heavy. So I don't know if you ever lifted a human body, but it's pretty heavy. I mean, even a crippled body, even like a skinny body is kind of heavy. I mean, maybe not the, Ethiopian ones are emaciated in the Holocaust, but I'm talking, bodies are usually pretty heavy I'm just saying, under normal circumstances. Let's say fully adult grown bodies. Yeah. So just so we know what we're talking about here. So, my grandpa and my aunt were trying to move my grandmother into the shower, and then they had a problem. Grandma slipped out and fell, and then busted ass, and then my grandpa laid down on top of her, my step-grandfather. And so, not a Wheeler or Stanley. He's like my step-grandfather after, those, well, not Stanley's on my father's side. Wheeler was on my mother's side. So, not a... So not only did my grandmother bust ass, but then my step-grandfather fell on her. And so it was just a series of calamities. Yeah, they took an x-ray. She's been in pain and on morphine. She broke her hip. But she already can't move from her stroke, so... She was... 6 years old when World War II ended. And I guess she was born when it began, I suppose. So that must have been an interesting experience, being like 5 years old and World War II's ending. She was born the year Wizard of Oz came out in 1939. So, well, so she has two options that she broke her hip. She can not have a surgery and just take a lot of morphine and wait to die, essentially at home. Or she could try to go through. She could try to live through a surgery, a grueling surgery that could kill her too. So both options are really bad. So, anyways, somewhere over the rainbow. What's the next part? In the skies above. And my grandmother wasn't much of a drinker or smoker or anything, or didn't do any drugs. Pretty, clean, and for the most part. And yeah, sometimes you can just have bad health. Sometimes shit can just happen, right? So sometimes you just get cancer even if you don't smoke or anything. Sometimes shit happens. Yeah, sometimes you can have strokes even if you don't drink or smoke. Yeah, just because you're old. Health happens, or the lack thereof. So, I guess Grandma, when she feels up to it, will make a decision whether she'll go through this arduous surgery or not. Dun, 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 dun. Put my yeah, I mean, people with Irish ancestry like me and my grandmother and mother usually don't get real sad unless there's a reason. So, and plus, it doesn't help. The weather is very gloomy too. So when you get bad news and the weather's gloomy, it just kind of like seems to amplify. So. Yeah, I just saw a movie. I've seen Valkyrie. about the attempt to assassinate Adolf Hitler. And then last night I saw Anthropoid, which was a movie with Cillian Murphy about some Czech resistance fighters that tried to take out a German commander who was responsible for the Holocaust and a lot of the Jewish extermination programs. A very horrible man. And well, at first, if I see something, like a movie with a weird title, it said Anthropoid, and I was like, Anthropoid? That's a pretty strange title. Anthropoid, what do you think you're going to get if you're going to click on a movie like that? Well, anthropology, something human related, poid, some kind of small, like an oid, I don't know, like opioid. It's trying to figure out what is Anthropoid, Operation Anthropoid. Yeah, so a lot of people know about like Operation Barbarossa in World War II and so forth, but Operation Overlord, those kind of things. Operation Valkyrie. They're going to take out the commander called Traden. Yeah, like a principal architect of Adolf Hitler of doing the Holocaust against the Jews in World War II. But this was if you were under Nazi rule, you were under a general oppression of Nazi Germany. So, yeah. Which means if you were Czech and resisted the Nazi occupation, or French, you could get sent off to the extermination camps, just like the Jews did. So, I mean, anybody who resisted could still be punished in horrific ways. I don't really want to give away what the plot of the movie is because you might actually watch it. So it's a great movie. Really good. Very informative. When I was watching it, I was like, hey, this seems kind of like, Cillian Murphy, the Irishman in Oppenheimer. I was like, well, this seems a bit too real, doesn't it? And so I decided to look it up. It was Operation Anthropoid. And I was like, wow. I started reading the whole history of it. And, The movie, like a movie might deviate from World War II history to make it maybe more action-packed, maybe more dramatic. Maybe they lessen what happened. Maybe they cut out gore and atrocities just to make the runtime. So it just depends on whatever the real story is. So, yeah. I mean, of course, they really can't show the full oppression of the Nazi regime in one movie. Yeah, it's fun to compare historical accounts with movies that are based on the history of World War II. I mean, I understood for the runtime they can't show the thousands of the Czechoslovakians that were murdered by the Nazis. They don't have time for all that. So they have to quicken it up. So they have to do more, like sometimes if 1,000 people are killed in a movie, a guy has to be like, oh my God, Hitler just murdered 1,000, or the Nazis just murdered 1,000 people. They don't really have time to show it. Yeah, I really shouldn't watch depressing movies like that before I go to sleep. Really, it's really bad. Just a little. Get some good stuff. Little piece of chicken popped out. Oh, yeah, unicorny. Unicorn. Speaking of which, it's December 7th, 1941. Yeah. The attack on Pearl Harbor by the Japanese Empire. This Sunday. Is it the 83rd? Is it 83rd anniversary? Yeah. Four cups of Lipton for the soup. Yeah. Why can't y'all be good? You need to be goody girl. Okay. Scrappy dude. Look. Okay. No. Okay. Y'all want some food, dude? Let's get some Danny. Make some of that Danny. Y'all ready for Danny? Time for Denny. Okay, Denny time. There you go. Denny-licious. Get that noodle soup going. Oh yeah, cut up the chicken a little bit more. Okay. Arson sounds Scottish. Yeah, that was a weird thing. I said I saw my friend from work, and then I had seen him in a while, and I was at another workplace. He's like, dude, I just got out of jail. And I was like, it's like, what? For what? And he's like, arson. And I was like, and then he left. I was like, okay. What the fuck? Arson. You never know with people sometimes, right? Ugh. At least it didn't say kid stuff. I would have been like, well, I would say drugs. If he said drugs, I'd be like, okay, drugs. That makes sense. But arson's kind of specific. That boy is wilder than I thought. Lipton Soup Secret. Is it reduce heat for 5 minutes? Ooh. Dino. Tula, you're such a good girl. Ooh. Homeless encampment over here, huh? Yeah. There's still a little bit of woods left. That's where homeless people hang out. That's the Labradoodle too. Don't bark. Yeah, it was devastating for my grandmother to have a few strokes because she loved to get around. I get around, I get around, I get around. Like the Beach Boys. Yeah. I guess when everybody gets elderly enough, people will say, oh man, where am I going today? Looks like I'm sitting on my ass in a wheelchair. Woo! That's the reality of it, right? Unless they have maybe by the time we get real elderly, they'll have like those robo suits and shit. I'll be like Robo Scott. Like a robo suit. So like, I'm not gold, I'm chrome. And gold. Hey, Tula, that's on TV. Tula, there's a difference between TV and reality, I think. Hey, Tula. That was on TV too. All right. Ooh. All right, then we put the chicken inside the soup. Too lady, too lovely. A kilowatt hour. Ooh. Yeah, it looks miserable outside. Wow. The misery level is amazing. Hey, dude. Yeah, I have a robo suit when I'm elderly, and I say, thank you for not smoking. Yeah, it'd be like a RoboCop. Kane, you're coming with me. Ah. Well, the soup is complete. Put some more pepper in there. Happy holidays. God bless. Best of success. Yeah. Peace.